Weather news forecast dates, September 2025. Good evening, dear viewers. We are very pleased to welcome you back to the weather news forecast, where we analyze the most notable movements of the U.S. atmosphere and its surrounding regions in these final days of August and throughout the month of September ahead. This is a pivotal time of year, as summer closes and autumn officially arrives, bringing with it a wide range of remarkable weather events, from unusual cold air outbreaks, widespread thunderstorms, early frost risks, and tropical storms in the Atlantic, to wildfire dangers in the West. Today's bulletin will provide you with a full, detailed overview, so that every family can best prepare for the Labor Day holiday weekend as well as the first weeks of September. First, let's look at the current picture. A cold air mass has pushed into the eastern U.S. over the past few days, leaving many areas with unexpectedly chilly mornings. Across the Great Lakes, Midwest, and Northeast, early morning temperatures have dropped to 7 to 10 degrees Celsius, 44 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And in some mountain areas, even below 5 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Residents have already had to pull out jackets. And for many, this is the clearest signal that autumn has truly arrived. During the day, conditions turn milder, ranging between 18 to 24 degrees Celsius, 64 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. With lower humidity and clear skies, what Americans often call golden fall days. Cool, crisp, and perfect for outdoor activities. Looking ahead to the weekend of August 30 to 31, this cold air mass will continue to exert its influence, particularly in the Northeast and Ohio Valley, where temperatures will remain 10 to 15 degrees Celsius below average. Meanwhile, the West Coast and Pacific Northwest will still hold on to the warmth of summer. Cities like Seattle, Portland, and much of California will see plenty of sunshine, with highs between 26 to 32 degrees Celsius, 79 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. However, compared to the extreme heat earlier this season, it will feel much more comfortable thanks to lower humidity and cooler nights. By Saturday and Sunday mornings, the Great Lakes and Northeast will see even deeper cold. States such as Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania could drop to 3 to 5 degrees Celsius, 37 to 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the Appalachians, some areas may even slip below freezing, raising concerns of early frost that could impact agriculture. By contrast, states in the plains, like Iowa, Nebraska, and the Dakotas, will remain more comfortable at night, with lows between 12 to 17 degrees Celsius, 54 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. But cold air is not the only story. Thunderstorms are also a major concern. Today and tomorrow, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, the Texas Panhandle, and western Oklahoma will be prone to severe storms. The main trigger is the clash between dry air from the west and abundant Gulf moisture, creating strong atmospheric convergence. Thunderstorms are expected mainly in the afternoons and evenings, accompanied by wind gusts up to 90 km per hour, 55 miles per hour. Small hail and frequent lightning. Tornado risk is low, but localized heavy rainfall may cause flash flooding. From Friday night into Saturday morning, heavy rain will persist from the Texas Panhandle through Oklahoma into Kansas. By Saturday afternoon, a new storm cluster could develop in central Texas, spreading southeastward toward Houston and Louisiana. These storms may last for several hours, producing heavy rain, slick roads, and flooding hazards. By Sunday, storms will ease, leaving only isolated thunderstorms. Total rainfall over the holiday weekend is expected to reach 50 to 75 millimeters, 2 to 3 inches, in Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and 30 to 50 millimeters, 1 to 2 inches, in Texas and Louisiana. Meanwhile, along the Atlantic coast from Florida to South Carolina, onshore flow combined with a coastal trough could bring 25 to 50 millimeters, 1 to 2 inches, of rainfall. Now, let's look further into September, the month traditionally seen as the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season and also a time of challenging seasonal shifts across the U.S. During the first week of September, September 1-7, another stronger cold front is forecast to surge southward from Canada. sweeping across areas east of the Rockies. Nearly the entire eastern and central U.S. will experience temperatures 8 to 12 degrees Celsius below average. Major cities like Chicago, Detroit, New York, and Washington, D.C. will likely see cool days with highs of only 18 to 23 degrees Celsius, 64 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit, and nighttime lows dipping below 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. In contrast, the Pacific Northwest will remain warm, with highs of 27 to 33 degrees Celsius, 81 to 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Rainfall will be scattered. The east and south will see showers and storms, especially in Florida, Georgia, and along the Gulf Coast, while the Midwest and Northwest stay relatively dry. In the second week, September 7–14, high pressure over Canada and weak low pressure in the south-central U.S. will shape the pattern. The Great Plains and Midwest will warm up again, reaching 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, 79 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Even near 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, in cities such as Des Moines, Milwaukee, and Chicago. By contrast, southern states along the Gulf, like Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, will be cloudier and wetter, with cooler highs of 23 to 27 degrees Celsius, 73 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Thunderstorms may bring localized flooding, while the Northeast enjoys sunnier and drier conditions. In the third week, September 14–21, another surge of cold air will spread southward, affecting two-thirds of the U.S. Midwest and eastern states will again trend cooler than average, while the West and Canada turn warmer. This period will also require close monitoring of tropical systems in the Atlantic and Caribbean, as several forecast scenarios show potential cyclones moving toward the Gulf of Mexico or the U.S. East Coast. Should landfall occur, the risks of flooding rains, strong winds, and dangerous weather will rise sharply in the east and southeast. By the final week of September, September 23–30, forecast models suggest low pressure consolidating over the Gulf of Mexico, while strong high pressure strengthens over Canada. This raises the risk of tropical storms or hurricanes making landfall along the southeast coast. At the same time, the northern plains could warm up, with states such as the Dakotas and Minnesota recording highs of 30 to 32 degrees Celsius, 86 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, even up to 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. This late September clash between warm and cold air will bring highly changeable weather patterns. Additionally, throughout September, early frost and freeze risks in the northern plains, Great Lakes, and Ohio Valley must be watched carefully. Strong cold fronts could trigger widespread frost, or even light freezes, during the first half of the month. Rare, but entirely possible. This will be a significant challenge for agriculture, especially for crops not yet harvested. Beyond the cold, September also carries multiple severe weather threats. Experts warn that from now through November, the risk of hurricanes and tornadoes in the Southeast and Mississippi Valley is above average. When tropical systems make landfall, states such as Florida, Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas, and the lower Mississippi Valley could face tornado outbreaks, flooding rains, and damaging winds. Lastly, regarding wildfire danger, in the latter half of September, western states such as California, Nevada, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana face heightened risks due to prolonged dryness. Furthermore, as dry Canadian air masses descend, wildfire potential could also increase across the northern plains, including Minnesota and the Dakotas. Hotspots include California's Sacramento Valley, the Sierra Nevada Range, Central Oregon, and western Montana. Dear viewers, that is the full outlook for U.S. weather through the end of August and into September. A multicolored weather map: cool and crisp in the east, warm in the west, stormy in the south, while the north must be vigilant against early frost. At the same time, the Atlantic enters peak hurricane season, while the west braces for wildfire threats. We hope today's forecast gives you the clarity needed to prepare for work, daily life, and family holidays. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep receiving the latest weather news forecasts. Goodbye for now, And we'll see you again in our next broadcast.